Good evening, baseball fans. It is Wednesday, May 22nd. I'm Susie. That is Tom. This is Bourbon and Baseball. Not all the balls edition. That's what I just got done recording. This is Astros edition. Astros edition, people. Astros edition.
Shows.
I know. This is going to be rated R podcast, though. This is your warning. So all of the cuss words, all of the 4-letter words, probably some inappropriate adult humor, most likely some dark humor, but definitely all of the cuss words. So if you don't want your little ones to hear this, if you yourself are offended by cuss words, you should probably head on out because, again, there will be cuss words. Did I mention there was going to be cuss words? Not anything else that makes it rated R, like none of the nudity, just all the cuss words, okay? So with that, we're going to get into it. 3-game series with the Angels that unfortunately we lost. But we lost. We lost the series to the motherfucking Angels. Tom, the motherfucking Angels.
Mhm.
I need you to know, people, that the Angel fans are absolutely motherfucking delulu. I did an Angels podcast, and the hosts, they were very smart. They were fine. But the listeners that were typing into the things had literally typed that Manfred was helping the Astros to cheat and that MLB wanted the Astros to win and therefore was manipulating the zone in favor of the Astros. Were you watching the same game that I was watching? You couldn't have watched the same game that I was watching, because if you had been, you would have seen that the zone A was shit for both sides and B definitely in favor of Angels hitters. But no, absolutely delulu. But we're gonna go game by game. We're gonna try this. I took copious notes during these 3 games to chat about it so that the episode wasn't gonna be as frenetic as they normally are, because I'm trying to grow as podcast host. It may or may not work. We shall see. We shall start with the first game. That was well in hand for us. If you guys didn't watch any of the game, we're going to go into it, okay? First game on the bump for us was Framber. On the bump for the Angels was Reed Detmers. Young lefty. If you know anything about the Astros, they hit left-handed pitching pretty well. First inning, Framber is wild. Gives up 1. All of the traffic. Gets out of it. Bottom first. I asked myself, this is the literal note. Tuck? Orange cleats? ? Where were they? Second inning, there was a 7-pitch inning. What are we doing here, people? The fuck are we doing? Why? The bottom half of the second inning, Pena was batting, and he singles, and then he steals, and then Yainer singles, and now it is 1-1. It's fine. We're okay. We're all right. My other note here, everyone needs high socks, because that was the Space City game. The City Connect game. We're wearing the City Connect jerseys. Everyone needs to wear the high socks because it looks so much better. That's a literal note that I had written down because the game was being ridiculous. Juby was battling 6 pitches, barely fair. 2 on, 2 out. Altuve. Detmers was already at 37 pitches, and then Tuve hits a bomb, and now it's 4-1. Reed ends the inning with 45 pitches. The bottom of the second inning. Nolan Schanuel, I don't even know what the fuck is going on with this batting stance of Nolan Schanuel, but I need you to know that he is annoying because he's always on base. Literally always on base. Nolan Schanuel. Always on fucking base. My literal note is, what the fuck is this batting stance?
In baseball, the weirder the batting stance, the more dangerous the hitter. It is a tale as old as time. If the batting stance is unconventional, there it is. Words are hard. You should be afraid. You should be very afraid. Some of the most famous batting stances are from guys that were just notoriously like pesky. I don't understand. I can't get them out. I think of Jeff Bagwell. Crazy batting stance. Could not get the guy out. There was a dude for the Red Sox. I think his name was Euclid. And he had the craziest batting stance in the history of ever. Like, he held the bat like in the middle and then swung it and got hits all the time. I'd look it up. But yes, the craziest batting stance.
Kevin.
Yes.
Kevin Euclid. Yeah.
Couldn't get him out. Couldn't get him out.
Yeah, I don't understand Nolan Schanuel. It works for him because it reminds me of a very much taller, words are hard, Corbin Carroll. because his arm is literally, if you're on audio only, this is not going to make any sense. If you're on the YouTubes, you know what to do. So his arm is literally like covering half of his face. It's like right here. It's just his eyeballs, and it's covering the bottom half of his face. And the bat's like super high up, and then right before the pitcher throws the ball, he like uncorks. It's so weird. I guess it's a timing mechanism. I don't know, but it's weird. I didn't like it, and every time he was up to bat, it annoyed the fuck out of me. And it annoyed the fuck out of me even more that he was always on fucking base. He was pesky. Ugh. Anyways, top of the third, Fromber apparently ends with 40 pitches. Bottom of the third, Jordan doubles, and now he's 2 for 2. And the question was locked back in? Question mark. That was for Jordan. Top of the fourth, Fromber cannot throw meatballs in the middle of the plate. Allows another single to Logan O'Hoppe. And then Joe Adell gets a ground ball double play. John Singleton with the amazing scoop. We're going to give John Singleton all of the flowers in a little while, but just know that John Singleton did it on both sides of the ball. Defensively, offensively, all of the flowers for that man. Bottom of the fourth, Yainer doubles, Doobie bomb, so it's a 2-run home run. Tuck works a walk after flying out for the second time, which was home run distance. Fuckers. And then promptly steals a bag, and now he's 8 for 8. He stole second, and then he stole third, and now he's 9 for 9. Pay that man all the fucking money. Give that man a king's ransom, people. King's ransom. I need you to hashtag this. Whenever you talk about King Tuck and all of the monies, I need you to hashtag king's ransom, and let's get this started, okay? Please and thank you. Now we're at 79 pitches for Reed Detmers. 79 pitches for Reed Detmers at the end of the fourth inning. The top of the fifth, Willie Calhoun singles. Zach Neto walks. It didn't have to be, though. It didn't fucking have to be. Didn't fucking have to be. There was a strike thrown that was on the edge that like had a seam. Could have been a strike. Could have been an out. No, it was not. So now Willie's on base. Zach Neto is on base. Then Fromber strikes out Kyron Paris with a 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Did you know that Fromber had a 99-mile-an-hour sinker in his arsenal? I didn't know that he could ramp it up that fast. I knew that he had 97 in the tank. I was not aware that he had 99 in the tank.
I feel like if he gets up to that velo, he's overthrowing it. So there's no control. I think when you see him, if you watch like his command, like it's better when he's down a tick, but he has it. It just, I feel like his curveball has more break. You just see his body language not be as violent if he comes down a little bit, and then he has better command.
So he struck out Kyron Paris with a 99-mile-an-hour sinker. And I was like, okay, that's one out. Cool. And then gives up a 3-run bomb to none other than weird-ass batting stance, Nolan Schanuel. All right. So by this time, it's 6-4. Game is well in hand. We still had the fucking lead, people. I need you to know this. 6-4. 1 out. And then Taylor Ward sing on a pitch that was outside the zone, mind you. So that was annoying. And then Kevin Pillar singles. So now we got, okay, all right, that's fine. That's fine. We're okay. We still got 2 out, 2 on, 1 out. And what does Fromber excel in? What is Fromber known for?
A ground ball double play.
Ground ball double plays. That is what this motherfucker is known for. Inducing all of the ground balls and getting out of those types of situations. But then what does he throw to Logan O'Hoppe? A 79-mile-an-hour curveball over the heart of the motherfucking plate. Dick high. We can't throw it there, people. Can't throw it there. 1 pitch. 1 pitch. Another 3-run bomb. Huh. Okay. All right. That's not great. It's not great, but well, okay. It's now 7-6. Still, that's just 1 run. Calm down. Let's get this, Fromber. Let's get this. Now, at this point in time, I felt like something should have happened right then and there. After this, Josh Miller should have come out. Yainer should have come out. Something needed to happen to break this up. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Because right then and there, Joe Adell fucking takes Fromber deep yet again on, guess what? A dick high fastball. Now the score is 8-6, and now I'm dead. Now I'm dead, and now I'm ranting, and I'm yelling at the motherfucking TV, and it's 8-6. In the matter of 2 minutes, I'm like, what just fucking happened? I'm looking around as if I had anything to do with the fucking game, and I'm screaming.
So the interesting thing about that I've seen, 1, it was horrible. 2, I saw some great stuff on Twitter where guys show and we'll get into it. But guys show Fromber shake off Yiner multiple times. I also learned later on that those pitches are being called from the dugout, which is very intriguing to me. So for me, I don't know if
Wait, hold
yeah,
on. What pitches
the ones that he
were?
shook off.
Oh, okay, okay. But
Now I don't
the
know
ones,
how much of the game is being called from the dugout, but there was an interview with Yiner that I saw where Yiner went to defense for Fromber, but Yiner also said that the calls came from the dugout that he shook off, which made me go, how much of the game is being called in the dugout? Who's calling these pitches? And Yiner was very like demonstrative. Look, I think maybe he didn't feel comfortable throwing, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But this is stuff where it's your coach, you're told to do something. It's like when you're told to run, when you're told to stop on the bases, you have to do it. That's why the whole Dana came out and said, we're handling it. We discussed it. It's being handled because those came from on high.
okay. So essentially, Fromber has just gone away from the fucking plan and is now just throwing his own shit.
Went rogue.
And he did this once before and said that it was too much and that he was going to give that portion up, and he does better when he doesn't think. So then at what point in his mind, after you gave up the first 3-run bomb, did it click in your head that said, huh, okay, no, that must have been on you. I gave up that 3-run bomb not because I didn't locate my pitch. It's because you called the wrong pitch. Is that what went through his mind? And so then he was like, okay, so now I'm gonna just throw what the fuck I want to throw. And then the next 2 singles at that point, I need to know like where the brain thought, let's deviate from this plan. After those other 2 singles, something needed to happen. Someone needed to come out and talk to Fromber. But I feel like this is Fromber's ML though. Once he gets off track just a little bit, all hell will
All the
break
way
loose.
off the rails. To Fromber's credit, he did own it. He did say, I did it. And I shouldn't have. I'm going to learn from this and I'm going to be better, blah, 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 blah. But I think we've seen this story. Like when Fromber gets in his own head, he's the worst version of himself. When he is allowed to, like you said, just throw, don't think, just throw, he's good. This game, while very frustrating and hard to swallow, was totally on.
That's what she said.
There you go. Totally on Fromber. And we were forced to just go, we got shitty Fromber. Because 6 runs should be more than enough. And anybody that had the offense, this and that. And I was on the PSF app with the girls who had the broadcast because I had some time. And the mood was, hey, they were leaving guys on base. They left a guy on third base, I think in the 4th or 5th inning that had no business being there. But it's 6-1. Who cares? And all those runs started to matter when they needed them late.
Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. And I need to read you the rest of these notes because part of them, they don't actually make sense to me, but then part of them like does because so the top of the 6th, Montero comes in and gives up another home run. And so now it is 9-6. And the bottom of the 6th.
Hold on. That Montero homer was 3 inches above the zone.
That I have up out the zone written down.
Where I know Astros Twitter and Astros fans are like, oh my God, bad Montero again. Montero pitched fine.
Yeah.
That was not supposed to be what it was. That was some Altuve type stuff that you never get that other teams are over there cursing at because what the fuck? Why? And it's up around his neck. This was the exact same thing. It was an axe swing. I don't know. You just tip your cap. But I thought Montero was fine. I know people were worried about Montero in that spot. I thought he was good. So I didn't bother.
Yeah, I think I just wrote that note down though, just as a scoring notation. And that's what I did. Looks like I have lost Tom, so I will just keep talking. The bottom of the 6th, it was a 7-pitch inning. And the note that I wrote down was fuck you, Astros. That was the note. That was the note that I wrote down was fuck you, Astros. Hooray. You came in.
I don't know what happened.
The rant.
I got like an error and then it like kicked me out. It was like, try again. I clicked the try again button. Here I am.
Oh, okay. It said, you cannot hear Susie's rant about the fuck you Astros? Okay, now you can, just kidding. So but I don't even remember what the fuck happened. Oh, I think I was mad because it was a 7-pitch inning. Like after all of this motherfucking shit, it was a 7-pitch inning. And so I wrote fuck you Astros. The top of the 7th, Seth Martinez came in and was clean because of course he is, because it's Seth Martinez. And then bottom of the 7th, Tuck worked a walk. Jordan was a force out, and then Breggy was a 2-pitch out. And Breggy made me very upset the entire series. At the top of the 8th, Ryan Presley comes in, Neto pops out, Kyron gets a swinging strike, and then Shanuel gets out. Yay for Ryan Presley with a clean inning. Bottom of the 8th, Hunter Strickland comes in, and Pena fouls back a perfect middle pitch. And that is just the epitome of the season. We're missing those mistakes and the other teams hammering them for fucking home runs. And it's so frustrating. John works an at bat. It was a 7-pitch out. It wasn't actually like a very good battle between him and Hunter Strickland. Unfortunately, he lost. And then let's see, top of the 9th, Parker Machinsky comes in. Altuve still got the moves. That is the note that I wrote down. Altuve still got the moves. He made an amazing defensive play, and Pena with the jump throw to get the second out, and then Carlos Estevez came in, and the bottom of the 9th, I wrote, "Damn you, Joe Adele." Robbed Yiner of that fucking home run because it was going out. It was going out. Fucking right field. Short wall. Doobie bloop, and then Altuve, damn it, work in AB. These are the notes that you need to know, people. Tuck singles, Doobie steals third. Tuck steals again. Now it's 9-7. Jordan works a walk. Now we have runners on first and second. So now we have 2 on and 2 out. And Breggy is up to bat. You know what fucking happens now because you know that we lost that fucking game. Breggy, what the fuck happened? What the fuck happened? I don't know. Did you lose your lucky headband? Does Marucci need to send you more headbands?
It's the
You
knob
kind
of
of
the bat.
you borrowed a fucking headband? Okay, like Pena needs to be moved up. Breggy needs to moved back down to 6th. Apparently he got too comfortable. I need to call him by his government name again. Alexander David Bregman. What the fuck? What the fuck? No. So that game is not solely on you, Bregman. Not solely on you. But I'm gonna blame a lot of it on you and Fromber. But doesn't it feel like that though? Fromber, if he was a car, a tiny pebble, if he rolled over like a tiny pebble, it just derails his whole fucking plan. And then it just spirals out of fucking control. I don't know what happened to Fromber.
I think he's a victim right now of like you pointed out. If the walk is a K instead of a walk that happened before all of that other crap happened, that whole inning maybe goes different. Now, should he be deviating when he said he doesn't need to be in control? Absolutely fucking not. And I hope they lit into his ass and he never does that shit again. I hope it is just nod and throw because clearly once he took over, all I could see was middle, and that's where everything went. And I guess he thought he was going to pitch to contact, but you still have to pitch to the edges. Like major league batters are good enough that if you're going to throw middle, I don't care if it breaks 13 inches from left to right or up and down, they're still going to hit it. So
Unless you throw it to the Astros, in which case we're just gonna follow the fuck back. So there's that.
the irony of that point of the game that you pointed to is that they just came off the 7-pitch inning, the I'm going to try to do it all myself inning. And I think poor Jeremy tried to really work that AB. He's been really good all season with taking more pitches and being willing to work behind in the count to see more pitches. And I think in that particular moment, he was trying to start something. He was a little late. It's a different animal when you're coming back late in the game. You're trying to do a lot in a little bit of time. And that game hurt. But I know why it happened. It's different when you get blown out by 10 or the starter gives up 10 runs and you're like, well, how do you fix that? You know what I mean? I felt like the offense scored plenty. I think Fromber had one bonehead moment, and that's why they lost the game.
It's on you, Fromber. That's on you. And then the fact that it irritated me even more when the broadcast showed Fromber the next day eating fucking Cracker Jacks and like laughing and cutting up. And I don't know why. Like I was irrational. I was irrationally angry about it. I was irrationally fucking angry. Now I don't expect him to sit around and pout or whatever, but part of me is like, go sit in the fucking corner. You deserve no fun right now. You deserve no laughter. You don't get to do that. You don't. And I realize, okay, it's fucking May. I get it. I understand. But that's part of the issue because it was a winnable fucking game. We were winning. It was still in hand when he fucking went off the rails. If he had just calmed the fuck down after he gave up that first bomb, he just calmed the fuck down and then just went back to the plan. Or could he not have called Yiner to come out and talk to him? I understand that there's limits on the mound visits and all that bullshit. Could he not have, I don't know, pretend there was something in his fucking eye or something? Someone else pretend there's something in their eye so that he can take a breather. Something needed to happen at that point in time to fuck with the energy, to break whatever he had on himself.
You know what that's called? That's called Josh Miller. That's his job. That is 100% his job. He should have went out there and he should have said, "Hey, this is what we're trying to do. This is who we're trying to do it against. This is what I want you to do." And to hell with the rest of the mound visits. I wouldn't give a shit. They get 7. You can't tell me that there wasn't an excuse for Josh. Now, for me, in the moment, that's where I'm going. All right, somebody go talk to him, like you said. But I don't want it to be Yiner because clearly Yiner's not calling this baseball game, not when it matters.
Right.
So
Right.
it needed to be Josh Miller. So for me, I'm starting to really question Joe Espada, Josh Miller, and everyone in that little circle because they want to like let this team play right now. And I get that because there's a lot of veterans, there's a lot of talent on
Right.
this team. However, when the hole has been dug, I need you to rein them in. I need you to
Right.
get it. I need you to be to so detailed, so meticulous, so something like this doesn't happen. And then, like we've been talking about, when we're not getting balls and strikes, I need you to go chew somebody up so that they feel supported. So not for you, not for TV, not for ESPN, so that so your vibes are us against the world again, because that's what they need right now more than anything. And when they have it, I feel like they bow up and show everybody, hey, we're the Houston fucking Astros. When they
Right.
don't, they just it'll be all right. Like you said, Framber the next day, we'll get him the next time. And
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of that where I'm like, and like you said, you're being irrational. I understand coming back the next day and being like, clear
Like,
it, flush
yeah,
it.
I understand. You gotta flush it. You can't let it bleed into it. Okay. But a part of me needs you to fucking atone. That's,
And
again,
I have no
irrational. I
doubt
know.
his next time out, we're talking 6 shutty. I think
Let's
the
hope.
leash will be shorter. I think he goes through 5 and he's at 80 pitches he's done. I don't think they're going to give him another 6th inning where it gets out of hand again. They'll have somebody warming when they shouldn't. A lot of people, like I said, a lot of people on Twitter were upset because somebody wasn't warming. I'm like, did you see his pitch count? Why the fuck would you have anybody out there
Yeah.
going? He was cruising. He was in cruise
He
control.
was.
The problem was it happened so fast. There wasn't enough pitches in between to notice. You know what I mean? I want to say the
Right.
single homer for the second 3-run bomb were like 4 pitches or 3 pitches or something stupid where it was like,
Yep.
bang. It's
Yeah. No, it literally, he gave up 3 home runs in the span of 4 minutes. 4 fucking minutes. When that inning started, people, 6-1. Vibes were high. Energy was great at fucking Minute Maid. All right. And in 4 minutes, it was silent in there. You could feel all of the energy being fucking sucked out of the juice box. It was ridiculous. And the vibes changed. And you could feel the guys trying to come back. And a couple of seasons ago, I had every faith in this team battling back. Late in close games, we had that shit. And now it's if we're behind 1 run, I'm like, okay, 1 run, one run is doable. 2 runs, 3 runs, it done. Nope, it's not happening. All right, it and it's shitty. Not gonna lie, it's fucking shitty. The boys try to battle back though. They did. They tried to battle back, but they were not. I don't know if the rest of the team didn't follow the game plan of working at bats and like trying to work the fucking pitcher. I know they didn't fucking work it today. We're gonna get to this. We're gonna get to the 3rd game today, but it's infuriating when you see the team that you know can do the things that aren't doing the things. But before we get into the 3rd game, let's give the boys some flowers because the 2nd game was chef's kiss. 2nd game was Griffin Canning versus Christian Javier. CJ. What did we say on the last episode? That an efficient Javi was my favorite Javi, right? That's an effective Javi. 80 pitches through 6 innings. That's beautiful. That's so good. We love that version of Javi, right? But when Javi is off, Javi is really off. And I feel like a 6-man rotation has to be a thing for this club. You got Javi that just did not look good. He looked tired. His arm was lagging. You got 41-year-old JB. I understand JB likes to do the 5 days, okay, but father time, Justin, father time. I need you to work with this here, okay? We got to go to a 6-man. I think we got to. I think
Well,
everybody needs a day of rest.
they already have. They already have.
They are right now, but
No.
it's because of the no days off. But when everybody is back, I think it needs to stay at a 6-man rotation, though. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, Griffin Canning versus Christian Javier. Javi did not have it like right off the gate. Nolan Shanuel, I told you, he was pesky. He was annoying. Leads off with a single again. And Luis Rengifo, first pitch home run. And now it's 2-0. I'm like, that's so good. I love that for us. Gets out of that inning. Good. Bottom of the first, Tuve gets nothing in the zone. They wanted no part of Tuve. And then Tuck, first pitch home run to the motherfucking Crawford boxes. Love that. Home run, other way for the left-handed hitter. Let's go. It was a 94-mile-an-hour slider from Griffin Canning. Obviously, Yordan comes up, another left-handed hitter. And again, first pitch, home run. And when that happened, I was literally writing the notes, and then I got the Twitter notification saying back to back, and I was like, shut the fuck up. No way. And then it happened, and I was like, oh my God, it's fucking beautiful. And we're tied. But Yordan golfed that one out of here. It was not in the zone at all. Not at all. Like, it was probably at his ankles. So I'm like, Yordan. But when Yordan's locked in, that's what he's hitting, right? He can get to those and golf them out. And then Breggy, they wanted no part of Breggy either. Threw nothing in the zone for Breggy. And I'm all, y'all haven't been paying attention to Breggy this season, huh? You could totally throw shit to him, and he's just, you're going to get him out. Whatever. It's 2-2. Chaz comes back. Again, people, you know how much I love Chaz. Love him. He got tested early. He made the plays defensively. Offensively, he struggled just a little bit, but we're going to get into that. So Chaz gets a big out. Top of the second, Tuck with the Gold Glove defense, again with a sliding catch for the second out. And then Chaz with another over-the-head leap for the third out. So all of the defense for Christian Javier, he's still struggling. Bottom of the second, Big John works a 9-pitch walk. Jake singles. And of course, Chaz grounds into a double play. And I wrote, that ain't it. That's not going to get it done, Chaz. Why Chaz had to start this game against the right-handed pitcher as opposed to Joey Loperfido, which would make more sense because splits. Don't know.
I saw an interesting point on that on Twitter where people suggested that he forced his way back into the lineup due to the recent success of one Jake Myers for fear that he was, and Joey too, for fear that he was going to get phased out.
Okay, we're going to get there because the third game where Chaz should have played against the left-handed pitching, fucking Mauricio Dubon got in. We're going to get there, people. We're going to get there. I was very confused with roster construction of this.
Back to Joe.
Of the team.
Back to Joe.
The team. What are you going to do? Chaz came back. I don't know why they activated Chaz. He could have, one more day. He didn't. Deep breath, big breath. Hey,
the one thing I want to say, the one thing I want to say about CJ, I know you said he didn't have it. I disagree. And the reason I disagree is because if you look at all the damage they were doing, it was all on breaking balls. So for me, I feel like they had a game plan because how Javi's got the fastball that kind of rides a little bit. They just threw that out, said, we're not going to fuck with it, and went after everything with spin. And if you go look, they beat up spin. And they did that to Framber a little bit too. And I kind of wonder, and then today I felt like they did that as well. So I wonder if they had a game plan that they were going to just attack breaking balls and not hunt fastballs. I really do. And it's really interesting. I want to look into it deeper, but just while I was watching the game, so I was like, that's interesting. Like you see a slider come at a dude, and I don't know that I would be like, especially when you talk about CJ's game last game, he was throwing that thing for strikes, and they're like, I'm not offering at that. And then this game, it's like they were killing it. I'm like, is he tipping? Because it's still got good movement. And for whatever reason, they had a plan, and I feel like they executed it.
Interesting. I don't know. I guess I'll have to go back and watch that game and see.
A lot of off-speed stuff was getting hit. And I'm like, CJ's movement's pretty good. I don't know that I would be able to square that up.
You wouldn't be able to square it up anyways, regardless.
Very true. Very true. I'm just talking about the average MLB guy. Nobody on the Angels roster is somebody going, oh my God, Rengifo. Oh my God. You know what I mean?
So
Their first baseman, I can't even say his name, Shonwell?
Nolan Shanuel.
Shanuel? Yeah. We
Yeah.
made him look like Mike Trout.
His full name is Nolan Ryan Shanuel. But yeah, again, top of the third, Shanuel, fucking pesky motherfucker, gets on base again with a single. Rengifo, thank Jesus, gets a double play. And then Taylor Ward works a walk, and the pitchers were not even close. They were nowhere near the zone. Willie Calhoun singles. Kevin Pillar with a 6-pitch walk. 1 pitch was in the zone. Just one. Now the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and Ohapi flew out, and I wrote, thank baby Jesus. Bottom of the third, Tuve with an 11-pitch at bat. What the fuck was the ump doing? This zone was absolutely horrible. Tuck flew out with 2 pitches. Jordan with a high strike, and then singles, and then Breggs gets a makeup call from the high strike because there was a ball that should have been a strike that they called a ball. And of course, it was just a long fly out because that's what he does. Just a long fly out. I saw a tweet that said something about Breggy, and they were like, don't come at me with this, at least he hit the ball bullshit. Was it a run? No. I was like, I like it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say this for Breggs. These are not 2 weeks ago pop outs. The ones that were like to first base or like infield fly garbage. There was some solid contact. It just was
That
at
one
people.
said long fly out.
Yeah.
That one did. It said a long fly out, but it's not Breggy. It's especially in the 4 hole. I think that's what makes me so angry. Top of the fourth, this zone, exclamation point. That's the note that I have. Adele gets a curveball at the top of the zone. It should be a strike. They call it a ball, and he gets fly out. Guillorme singles. Neto doubles. Chaz doesn't get it. Pena throws home. Guillorme scores. Neto goes to third. Rengifo singles on an 81-mile-an-hour changeup outside the zone, and now it's 4-2. And that was my face. That was my face when they scored. I was all, cool. Love that for them.
Like I said, who's swinging at an 81-mile-an-hour changeup off the plate?
Apparently,
they had a plan.
Angels.
I feel like they had a plan.
I shouldn't hate the Angels because they're the Angels, but whatever. Anyways, Taylor Ward, 4-pitch walk, and none of them were close. None of them. None of them were close. Luis Rengifo got caught stealing. My note was WTF, Luis, because Javi, he ran into that out. Like, he saved us. I guarantee you, Ron Washington fucking lit into him because you could tell Javi was on the fucking ropes. They probably would have scored more in that inning if Luis Rengifo did not get caught stealing. Bottom of the fourth, Pena gets the first out. Singleton, a 4-pitch walk, and then Jake gets a batter violation. It was so weird. They were very weird with the pitch timer, and they gave Jake a timer violation, which starts him off with a strike. But then they were, I don't know, it was just a weird, very nitpicky with the clock and looking at the pitcher. It's a whole thing. I don't know. But Jake Myers singles, and then Yiner ground ball double play, because of course that's how it happens, right? Top of the fifth, I wrote, damn it, Javi. I don't know why I wrote, damn it, Javi. Oh, because there was 71 pitches. 71 pitches, 40 for strikes. Taylor Scott comes in, and it was a fly out, a ground out, 3-pitch, strike to Adele, and Taylor Scott did that in 17 pitches. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Thank Jesus for Taylor Scott and Seth Martinez. In the bottom of the fifth, Tucker works a 5-pitch walk. That is the 40th walk of the season, which leads all of MLB. We will get into his AL MVP numbers here shortly. Jordan with an 8-pitch at bat, fouled off 3 pitches, and then strikes out swinging underneath the zone. And it was very upsetting to me because it's what we do, right? Top of the sixth, Luis Guillorme. Breggy has an amazing catch, literally climbed the ladder to get it. First pitch ground out for Zach Neto. Nolan Ryan Shanuel is 3 for 4, and he's a damn pesky motherfucker. I literally wrote that. I think he was on base literally every at-bat. Every single motherfucking at-bat. I think Hunter Brown got him out once today. Once. Whoever had Nolan Shanuel in fantasy, he just racked up all of the fucking points for them. I don't actually think anyone has Nolan Shanuel, though, but if they do, He would have gotten all the points for him. Rengifo grounds out, and now Taylor Scott's at 31 pitches. Taylor Scott's arm is going to fall off in July. Bottom of the 6th, Breggy, where the fuck is your headband? That's the note that I wrote. That's the note. Pena with a just fair double. Big John hits the most magnificent 2-run bomb to straightaway fucking center. That shit was, my God, 450 straightaway center field, yeah?
That's how far. I think he hit it 432. I think it's 405 to center.
Okay. I'm going to say 450 though, because it sounds better, but 432 actually sounds like the actual distance it went, but it was beautiful. It was majestic. And as soon as he hit that thing, fucking dropped the goddamn bat. And Jeremy Pena went back to tag. And Jeremy goes, I don't know why I went back. It was already out. I don't know what I was doing. And just ran. And it was so fucking beautiful. Now we're tied 4-4. And Jake works another walk. Jake is on fire. Sorry, Jake. I'm sorry. That's on me. It's on me. Okay. You're making me say the nice thing. Yay for you, Jake Myers. Jacob Berkshire Myers.
Everybody's middle name. I can't remember.
I think it's Berkshire. Is it Berkshire or Berkshire? We're gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. Anyways, and then Yiner gets a force out, and then Chaz is up to bat. And I wrote, "I love you, Chaz, but pinch hit Joey versus right-handed pitching. Come on now. We had a man on base. We could have scored." Top of the 7th, Brian Bray comes in. Brian Abreu has been locked down since a few weeks now. That whole back of the bullpen that we expected to be locked down has been, in fact, the back end of the bullpen that we expected. We love that. Taylor Ward, strike, but it was like outside the zone. I said, we'll take it. Willie Calhoun pops out. And literally, Brian Abreu threw him 3 fastballs, all 98 to 99 miles an hour. It was fucking beautiful. And then Kevin Pillar hits a dick high fastball. I love you, Brian Abreu, but I need you to not throw dick high fastballs. Because that one was at 95 miles an hour. Kevin Pillar is just good enough that if you put a cement mixer right there, he's going to fucking hit it. So now it's 5-4. And I was like, Brian Abreu, I just got done telling you that you were doing good, and then you give up this fucking home run, but it's just the one. So it was whatever. And then bottom of the 7th, Altuve has 2 Ks, 1 looking, and I'm all, Altuve, what the fuck? But then Tucker, Kyle, Daniel, Tucker.
All the middle names.
All the middle names. Because they deserve it. This motherfucker is doing fucking work. Hits his 2nd home run of the game, which gives him 17. And now we're tied 5-5. Presley comes in, does work. Shanuel. Oh, just kidding. Ryan Presley was able to get Shanuel out. So not all of the at-bats was he on. Bottom of the 8th, Matt Moore comes in. Singleton ends up with 2 walks, a home run, and a K. That's his final line. Matt Moore was his final out, essentially. Top of the 9th, Hader comes in and throws 17 pitches. Rengifo, almost a strike, but it was an ump show. He gets on base. Pena has an amazing catch. Taylor Ward, it's a makeup strike. Call for strike 2 from Rengifo. And then Calhoun rounds out. And now we're at the bottom of the 9th, and we're still tied. And I made this face. I literally, can you see this face?
There we go. Yep.
That's, if you're audio only, it's the line. It's like the eyeballs with the line as a mouth. That was the feeling. Okay. Yiner with a first pitch double. Yiner. Love that. So excited. And then Doobie pinch runs, and then Caratini pinch hits for Chaz. And I was like, okay, all right, big situation. How many walk-offs does Caratini have? All right, that makes sense. Flies out, moves Doobie over. And then, of course, because that's we love doing, we just leave them. We leave them there because Altuve grounds out, and then Tucker grounds out. And why do we hate bringing runners home? That's that note. And now, guess what, guys? Guess what? Extra innings. And Josh Hader, for all the shit that everybody has talked about him, is earning every single red cent that Jim Crane is paying him, because this motherfucker has come in again multiple times for multiple innings.
And shut shit down.
He ends with 30 pitches. 30 pitches.
His arm's going to fall off too.
It's stupid. Padres fans, you can't say shit ever again. I love you, Padres fans, but you can't talk shit about Josh Hader ever again. Josh Hader, fourth multi-inning outing in his first 20 games. That's fucking dumb. God damn it, Astros. Can't you score more so this doesn't fucking happen? Shuts shit down. Bottom of the 10th, they intentionally walk Yordan. Breggy flies out. Thank Jesus you moved the runners over, Breggy. Hooray for you. And then Pena with a walk-off single. It was a 97 mile an hour fastball above the zone. It was at the top of the zone, like barely clipping it. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was one of the analysts basically today had said, I don't know why you would throw Jeremy Pena fastballs up in the zone. He's hitting like 350 off of those. But thank Jesus Carlos Estevez did. Because that was a walk-off single. And we needed that. My soul needed that, especially to prepare for today. Today's game was gross. Did you get to watch any of today's game or were you at work?
I was at work, and don't tell my boss, but I totally had it on my phone.
Okay. I didn't hear nothing. It was Hunter Brown versus Tyler Anderson, and shame on you, Astros, for wasting a fucking quality start from Hunter Brown. They don't come around. They don't come around very often. And the fact that you all fucking ruined it and wasted it. Again, it's that fucking gift that if we get the
sliders,
the starting pitching, yeah. We get the starting pitching and the bullpen, we don't get the fucking offense. If we get the offense and the bullpen, we don't get the starting pitching. Because, of course, we made Tyler fucking Anderson look like the best fucking pitcher on earth. He's not that good, guys.
To his credit, he's been very good this season. He's went into the 7th inning of the last 3 or 4 ball games, they said. To do that, you have to be really good. So
I'm not trying to give Tyler Anderson flowers, Tom. That's not what I'm trying to do.
I'm just reading the facts. I understand. I understand you're angry. I understand.
I know. The Dodgers fixed him, and then the Angels fucked him up last season, and then he fixed himself back.
We're going to find out that Susie had him on one of her 17 fantasy baseball teams, and she scored 11 billion points. That's what we're going to find out.
That's untrue. I did not have any Angels on my team.
Yet.
Not a one. Do I have 2 different fucking Yankees pitchers? Absolutely. Did one of them get shelled by the fucking Mariners? Absolutely. Do I hate that? Yeah. No Angels. So anyways, Hunter Brown versus Tyler Anderson. Again, Tyler Anderson is a left-handed pitcher, people. Let me remind you that Chas normally kills left-handed pitching. Was Chas in the game today? No. Mauricio Dubon was out there in left field. What are we doing? It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. But whatever.
Last year's center field carousel has become this year's left field carousel.
I hate it. I hate it here. I don't hate it here. I just hate it now, right now, at the moment. Hunter Brown gets through the top of the first in 15 pitches, and it wasn't great, but it was great for him, especially with as many problems as he's had giving up runs in the first inning. So the fact that he had a clean 1-2-3 inning, great. Fucking loved it. The bottom of the first, however, Tyler Anderson gets through in 11 pitches. And I was like, I don't like that. Don't fucking love that. Altuve with a random foul bunt, and then he grounds out. Tuck with a 1-pitch ground out. I wrote, what the fuck? And then Yordan doubles on a Taylor Ward missed catch. Taylor Ward, I don't know what the fuck happened to. I guess he was just afraid of running into the padded wall, but it was just a whole, not his home ballpark, and so he didn't know the dimensions of the park. I don't think they ruled it an error, but they probably could have ruled it an error, but he got a double. And then, of course, we leave Yordan on second because Breggy comes in and in 2 pitches lines out. 2 pitches. So again, 11. Finishes with 11 pitches. Top of the second, Hunter Brown finishes with 34. And I was like, that's not great, Hunter Brown, but it's not horrible, but whatever. And they were interviewing Espada, and legitimately the words that Espada said, Hunter Brown has been locating that fastball real good. No sooner than those words came out of his mouth than Hunter Brown throws a fucking fastball outside the zone, so far out the zone. I was like, Joe Espada, don't ever say that again. I was like, yeah. It was not great. So it gets through that. We walk Matt Thaiss on a 5-pitch walk. Why? Why are we walking the 8-hole hitter? It's just so annoying. Bottom of the second, Tyler Anderson gets through the bottom of the second in 21 pitches. 21. He's now at 21 pitches. I'm like, that's 10 pitches, people. 10. Jake had a 2-pitch out. Nobody worked an at-bat this game. Not a one. Not a fucking one. Top of the third, Hunter Brown is now at 49 pitches. 49. And again, Shanuel, fucker, singles, and there's runners on first and third, and Rengifo singles, and Altuve throws home and gets the runner at home. And it was beautiful. And we love that. And now there was like just runners on first and second, and there was no problem. We get out of that. And then the bottom of the third, Tyler Anderson is now at 33 pitches, and Joe Adell can't catch a ball at the fence. But of course, because Joe Adell can't catch a ball at the fence, Victor Caratini gets left at second because we love just stranding runners. That's our favorite pastime. We just love it so much. I'm so mad at all of these motherfuckers because this bottom of the fourth inning, Jeremy Pena hits a home run. It's a home run. It went over the yellow line.
It did not.
It did.
It did not.
It did.
It did not. It hit the yellow line and bounced back. That is a fair ball. And even after the review, Eschenfelder and Blum were like, yeah, that's a right call. I wanted it to be a home run. I wanted it to. They showed the railing and everybody was pointing at the railing, but you can see it hit the pad and come back. It was double. It was double.
So if it hit the pad, then that's no?
No. The yellow padding is in play. Now, if it hits the pad and goes over the fence, home run. If it hits the pad and comes back, fair ball.
Those are dumb rules.
It's the top of the wall.
I don't care. It's dumb.
So where should it start? I don't know.
I don't know. I know
I'm
mad.
Wanted the homer. I know
what
you wanted. I know. I got you.
I'm mad. And I wrote bullshit because the home run was overturned because now it turns into a double. And of course, we can't get anybody home. And he gets stuck at second. He gets stuck at second, and I hate it here. And I think I stopped taking notes in the fifth.
She was so mad.
I was so mad. This entire fucking game, guys. This entire game. Nobody worked a motherfucking at bat. And then Doobie, what the fuck are we doing, Doobie? Why did you double and then get thrown out at third?
The reason he got thrown out at third was because he totally expected that ball to go to home plate. When it got cut off, he was mean. He had no shot. I think that was some Altuve type stuff. That's all that was. Like, he should have took the double. And I get it. You're trying to hustle, make plays or whatever. And maybe in Doobie's defense, he goes, I've seen 3 other guys hit doubles and not get left at second. So I might as well try to get to third. I was with you, though. I was like, damn it, Doobie. Stay your ass at second base.
I was mad because at that point in time, if he was at second, Victor Caratini grounds out and he could have gotten to third. And then Altuve is up there. And I'm like, Altuve, come on now. We could do this. It didn't happen. Nothing happened. Nothing fucking happened because Altuve fucking flew out with 1 pitch. And Victor Caratini fucking grounded out with 1 pitch. When I tell you that this motherfucker went 8 innings, 8. Nobody worked in that bat, people. Not a one. Nobody worked in that bat because baseball.
I don't know what the record is for the Astros on week matinee games, day games, like during the weekday, but it has to be bad. I can't remember the last time the Astros won a day game during the week. I feel like it's just, they don't get out of bed for that. They just don't even play. And the body language screamed it because they were up there just hacking. Nobody, like you said, nobody worked in a bat. And for all that Tyler Anderson did, because I thought he did pitch well, like he located around the zone, like you didn't even make the umpire have to call a strike. Now they did once he was out of the game. And the bad thing, I think his name was Garcia, he was just painting. Like poor Pena's up there trying to take pitches. He was 0-2 on dotted pitches. It's like, what do you do? It was just one of those games. I hated it, but I understood it.
It's the Angels. Fuck. Angels took 2 of 3 from the Rangers. Angels took 2 of 3 from the Astros. Apparently, the Angels.
This was the Angels' 3rd consecutive road series win. They won 3 road series in a row. So it may be that they're like the Astros
apparently
2
the
years
road
ago.
Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. They go on the road and all of a sudden they play better. But as bad as that was, before the homestand started, what did you think the Astros record was going to be through the homestand?
Honestly, I thought we were gonna win this series.
I'm
I
not
thought
talking
we
about
were
just the
gonna.
series. I'm talking about the whole homestand. 10 games. What did you think? Oakland, who they play? The Brewers, Angels. What did you think?
Angels.
Yes. We handicapped that. What did you how did you have it?
I don't know what that means. What do you mean we handicap that?
When before it happened, we said, okay, they're gonna win this series, they're gonna win that series. Did you have them sweeping all 3 series?
No,
No.
I had them sweeping. I didn't have them sweeping Oakland. I had them winning. So 3.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna lose the Brewers.
Okay. And then you
So
thought
I
they're
don't
gonna win the A series or
the
the Angel
Angels.
series. Yeah. So if you were to say they played 10 games, what did you think they were gonna go? 6-4?
This is not a math pod, Tom. I actually don't know what that is. Hold on. What is that? 3. Lose that.
So that would have
Lose
been
that
2 and
one.
1. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope you didn't have them getting swept. That's
No.
what? That's 3-3. And then you had them beating the Angels. So that would have been
2. So what is that? 5 and
well,
5 and
that math don't matter. It would have
I
been 5
don't
and
know.
5. 5 and 5.
I don't know. Again, I say this is not a math pod. No, like for real though, like I cannot literally add. It is now midnight and I no longer have brain cells.
So what I'm
What?
saying is if you had it based on the way you broke it down,
Uh-huh.
the best they could have hoped to do was like 6-4.
Okay.
Because they would have lost a game in the first series, they would have lost 2 games in the second series, and they would have lost a game in the Angel series. They went
Right.
7-3. As miserable as everyone feels about the Angels, and they should because they should have won. They should have swept them. They win game 1, they win game 2, they probably win game 3. 7-3 homestand is not bad for a team that can't win at home. Like I know today sucked because I watched it and it sucked, but they went 7-3.
Listen, Tom, this is not a space for common sense. Okay, that's not what we do here. That's not.
They
We
went
don't want common
7-3.
sense.
So I
Be
mean,
outraged. No, I'm just kidding. Oh
I
no, you
understand.
make a fair point. You make a good point. That is ideally great. A 7-3 homestand is great.
If I told you back then, Susie, the Stros are going to go 7-3 in this homestand, you say, "Fuck yeah, I'll take that." The way it happened, though, you're like, "No, this sucks."
Yeah. Okay. So what I wanted was 8-2. Then is really
That's what you wanted.
what I
That's what you
wanted.
wanted.
Right. Okay. What everybody wants. Okay. Yeah. It's the Angels. I think that's the other thing because I expected to lose to the Brewers because quite
They're
honestly,
baseball
the
club.
Brewers I think are better. It's a better team, right?
Yeah.
It's so whatever. So we go 3 with Oakland. We get Ronel Blanco back on Sunday. It's gonna line up JV. Is it JV Spencer
I think so.
and JV Spencer and then Ronel,
hmm
and then it's 4 games with Seattle in Seattle.
That's the heavyweight title fight. All of this is setting up for that, in my mind.
So if it's JV Spencer and Ronel, we're gonna see
What we saw this past week.
Fromber,
CJ.
Javi,
Uh-huh.
Hunter,
Uh-huh.
and who?
That'll be interesting because
2,
by then
1,
you could have Jose Urquidy in the mix.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or JV could go the last game because it will have been 6 days.
Could. And that which would be great for us too. I hope that it is.
That would be delightful. Okay, is it just me, or does it feel like this 4-game series with Seattle literally makes or breaks the season for us?
I feel like it's way too early for that. I think it will go a long way towards the Astros like being the team again. If they go in there and win that series, I imagine the division will be very tight. If they don't,
Okay.
it just means they'll be, depending on how bad it goes. Now, if they get swept, it could be, you could be looking up 7, 8 games at Seattle.
Right. Ooh,
Ooh.
I did not realize. I thought they already won the series with Yankees. I didn't realize
They
it was
have,
a 4-game set. With
they
the
have one more
Yankees.
tomorrow. Yeah.
I wasn't aware. That's awesome.
And we're rooting for them, unfortunately. I hate to say that.
Unfortunately, they lost Of course, they lost the 2 starts that I fucking had the pitchers in.
Shame on
Um,
you for picking the good pitchers. Known ball knower. How dare you?
I know, but apparently either Josh Rojas is smarter than literally every other baseball player, because I failed to think that the entire time Clark Schmidt pitched, all of these other games that he's pitched, that there has not been somebody on second base. Like, you're telling me that nobody else picked up this except for Josh Rojas? Because if you guys weren't aware, the Mariners killed Clark Schmidt in that game. And essentially, it was because Josh Rojas was on second and relayed whatever pitch was coming to Dylan Moore, who then proceeded to hit fucking home runs.
The Max Astros farmhands or something else. Let me tell you.
Clark Schmidt's not from us. Oh no, Josh Rojas is from us. Josh Rojas is from us. Never mind. Okay, I take it back. I take it back.
Part of the Greinke trade, I believe.
Yeah. Again, this is where it gets a little like known power hitter, fucking Dylan Moore. You're all, Dylan Moore? How the fuck are you hitting home runs?
I think he took the Stros deep when we played him last.
Yeah. Again, known power hitter. You're like, that's not what you do. But apparently it is. Apparently it fucking is, because
you know what's coming.
Yeah. And Clark Schmidt said after the game that he thought he was tipping pitches, and they did a breakdown on MLB Network or whatever, and it was basically, they're like, if you look at this and you look at this, like there's white in the glove when like it's a breaking ball, and there's no white, it's a fastball, or vice versa. Whatever they figured out, whatever Josh Rojas figured out, obviously it was correct because it worked. And then, but Clark Schmidt was like, that's part of the game. I need to up my game. I need to be better. And Josh Rojas didn't so much admit it, but was like, if I was doing that, then you got to do the thing. So I was like, all right, whatever. But they take 2 from the Yankees. I was really expecting the Mariners not to take 2 from the Yankees. Not going to lie. So we need the Yankees to beat up on them even more. It hurts my heart to say, God.
Yeah, it makes it weird. It's a weird taste coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. And then they have 3 with Washington. Depending on which pitchers go for Washington will determine who wins those games.
But I really just hope Seattle has a little bit of a hangover. You get all high to go into Yankee Stadium and play the Yankees and beat them. And you have these games that are high drama. They came back and got them. And then today they put 3 up on them in the 8th. Like they were going to come back again. And I just really hope they go into Washington burnt out and Washington sweeps them.
That would be delightful. I would love it if CJ Abrams got locked back in for him. Joey Meneses takes him deep. Jesse Winker. I would love Jesse Winker to go deep on him.
That's what she said.
Because Jesse Winker sucked when he was on the Mariners. And now he's like raking for the Nationals. And remember how I said that the batter's eye is crooked? I really wonder how much that affected Jesse Winker. So, again, I really hope Jesse Winker takes him deep. That'd be great. I would love that. So, standings. This is Tom's favorite part of the show. Seattle leads the West with 27 and 23. Hey, guess what? You know what that is? That is a 54% winning average. That is exactly what the fuck they planned on doing. In case you missed that memo, that's literally what their general manager said that they are trying to do. Win 54% of their games. So they're doing it. Like I said, Rangers got taken to the woodshed by the Angels. So they lost that. They've lost 2 to Philly now, which makes me very happy. But I have to like root for the Phillies even more for the sweep. So Rangers are 24 and 26. They are 3 games back. We are 22 and 28. We are 5 games back. LA is 20 and 30, which is 7 games back, and Oakland is 20 and 31, which is 7.5 games back. So we're not that far. We're not that far. I think it will be a good test. The Seattle game will be a good test. Seattle game, there's only the one. Seattle series will be a good test to see what we can do. Update on Jose Abreu. Apparently he's coming back shortly. That's not fun news. We don't like that. I don't think he should come back shortly. I think he needs to work his way up. Literally, he needs to earn his way up.
There's no scenario where he will do that. You do realize that, right?
I am aware.
The fan base has already decided that money's spent. and they don't care if that guy ever wears another Astros jersey. I don't necessarily care, but I also understand that they're going to push every opportunity to get him in. And people just need to be the same way they did the Maldi thing, where we were like banging our head against a concrete wall going, this is stupid. They're going to do that with Jose Abreu. And
But see, again, sunk cost fallacy. Just because you're paying him does not mean he needs to play because if Jose Abreu comes back and is the Jose Abreu like we saw earlier this season, and he's actively hurting this team, when you have a guy on the bench that could be actively helping this team and you want to win, I don't know, common sense would say, all right, let me take my medicine. Let me play the guy that I'm paying pennies on the dollar that's helping the club win and that's not a fucking albatross around their neck. And then maybe I should not try and play GM. And that's on me. But we all know billionaires have the smallest of egos, so they are definitely going to do that. I get it. I understand. They're paying him, so they're gonna fucking play him. I sincerely fucking hope that it's in a platoon situation.
I think
Don't think
no. That's where I think people have to like rein it in a little bit. I don't think there's any scenario where John Singleton goes away and never plays again. I think if you listen to Dana today before the game, he basically said, I think it was on Sports Talk Radio 790. He basically said that it's John Singleton's job and it's a platoon. Like everyone, and he made it like he said, ultimately, Joe has the lineup card. But we've had conversations and you have to be, if you're not producing, you're not playing. That's what he said. And I think he generalized it because he's not the only guy they're talking about. That's talking to you, Chas McCormick. That may be talking to you, Alex Bregman. You know what I mean?
that's not. He's not talking about Alex Bregman. If he was talking to Alex Bregman, would have already been moved back down to the 6 hole.
And I think that could be looming. Obviously you're not moving him off the lineup. It's not
No.
the same. But what I'm saying is that's the potential to move him back down. I understand people's frustration. They want to fall in love with John Singleton, and that's fine. As good of an average player as John Singleton has been, because let's be honest, every time he does something, everyone balloons it. And it's, oh my God, because of how bad Abreu was. But if you take the name away from it and you go, I've got a dude that's batting 225 or whatever his batting average is, and he's got 13 homers or whatever, and you're going, is this guy somebody you want on your team? That take the position, all that jazz. Do you want that in your lineup? You're like, I guess. If I could play Joey Loperfido at first base, I'd do that because his numbers are better than John's.
Yeah.
But that's a conversation no one wants to have.
Yeah. But the fact that he's not played over there since he's come up, that they put Mauricio Dubon over there, tells you what they think about his skill level at first base.
Sure. I don't disagree with you at all. I'm just saying if we're just trying to put the best team on the field and I'm taking numbers and I'm going, I need a left-handed bat that's batting 300 with a 7 something OPS. It's Joey Loperfido. It's not John Singleton.
Now, hold on. Versus right-handed pitching in 33 games, 95 at-bats, 95 plate appearances, 79 at-bats. He's got 19 hits, 14 runs.
Who's he?
1 double, John Singleton.
Okay.
1 double, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs, 15 walks, 18 strikeouts for an OPS of 763.
Mm-hmm. You said that's just against right-handed pitching.
That's just against right-handed pitching.
Okay.
Versus, I don't think Joey Loperfido is going to have the same at-bats, obviously, because he's not been playing every single day. So I think his numbers will probably be a little bit better. But I would really and truly, I would love to see John Singleton there versus right-handed pitching, and then maybe Jose Abreu there for left-handed pitching. That hurt to say.
And that's probably what'll happen. But you can't bring him up. You can't bring him up. I'm like, you can't leave him in where he's at. He has to be on this roster because you're paying him. So they're not going to pay him $19 million to sit all season long.
I don't know. The Diamondbacks did it last season. They told Madison Bumgarner, get the fuck out. You're literally hurting this team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see. Versus right-handed pitching, Joey Loperfido has 34 at bats, has 3 runs, 11 hits, 1 double, 1 home run, 5 RBIs, 2 walks, 15 strikeouts. His batting average is 324 with an OPS of 8.
That silence is the processing going, he's kind of good.
Yeah, no, I am fully aware that he's good. You don't have to convince me to get on the Joey train. I will get on the Joey. I will be the president of the Joey
Ooh.
fan club. That sounded bad because, anyways, I'm a Joey fan. You know this. Everybody knows this. I am a Joey fan. Audio side
Oh
is
my
like, what the fuck
God.
just
That's
happened?
so
If you're
good.
confused, go look at the YouTubes. My facial expressions will say it all.
What did I just say?
Yeah, I'm a fan of Joey Loperfido. You do not have to convince me to give Joey Loperfido more playing time. What I need is a platoon, apparently in many situations. And quite honestly, I don't know why Jose Altuve played today. Like day game after night game, why the fuck wasn't Jose Altuve sitting and Mauricio Dubon at second, and then fucking Chaz in left, and then Joey
These
Loperfido should have played yesterday when Chaz played. Like that, these are the moves that made more sense to, I don't
But see,
know, just made more sense to
ironically,
people.
and I say ironically because I've heard people say this. So when Dusty did this, we cooked him. Joe is doing this and he's getting a pass. And I'm at the
You hear me
point
cooking
now,
him?
where I'm getting ready to light his ass up because the more I see things like this where I think it's managerial, the more I'm going, whoa, whoa. What you just mapped out was a prime example. The Framber thing, prime example. If I'm Joe Espada, yo, Josh, go talk to him. You need to slow this down because it's snowballing. And he wants to be the team guy. He wants to be the player manager. And I get that. But you got to be able to walk the line. You know what I mean? Still be the disciplinarian. They still have to respect you. You still have to be able to rein them in. And I don't know if he wants to do that yet. He's like, man, I just got this job. I feel like that's the impression I get from him. And I'm like, I need you to be more than that, bro. I need you to act like you've been here for 5 years waiting in the wings, seen all the mistakes and not recreated them.
I had such high hopes. I had such high hopes for that, like the like one, no, like the 2 innings that Joe Espada fucking managed when Dusty got kicked out. I had such fucking high hopes, thinking that that would be the type of manager that I was getting, and I'm not really getting that. Granted, he's made some more moves. I feel like if Dusty was here, like Jose Abreu would have never been sent to Florida, and we would still be floundering. So I will give credit where credit is due. I don't know if that was Espada. I don't know if that was Dana Brown. I don't know. I'm gonna give credit where credit is due. If Dusty Baker was here, Jose Abreu would still be up here. I have no doubt of that. I need him to be more hands-on. I need him to be more managerial. I watched a clip, unfortunately it was a John Boy clip, of Skip Schumacher getting kicked out of the Marlins Tigers game, and the ump tossed somebody but wouldn't say who, and it was the best lip reading ever. And I'm looking at this clip, I'm watching this clip and thinking in my head, at no point in time does this happen with Joe Espada. Like the whole thing of the video was the fact that the umpire didn't choose who to throw out. He just said that somebody had to go and then left it up to Skip Schumacher. And Skip Schumacher's, it was me. I was like, wired, and he's pick somebody. I don't care. Just pick somebody. And Skip's like, who? And just keeps like repeating who. At that point in time, I'm all like, I think the video was like 4 minutes long or something. I'm sure that the whole interaction like lasted, I don't know, a minute and a half or 2 minutes or whatever. I can't guarantee you. I'm almost positive though that if this interaction happened with Joe Espada, it would have been like all of, I don't know, 30 seconds, and Joe Espada would have chose somebody. Oh, the head umpire, the head chief. Wow, Susie.
Crew chief.
Crew chief. There we go. Those are the words that I was looking for. Crew chief said, I don't know, like your bench coach. And he didn't do anything. I guarantee you, once if that would have happened here, he would have said bench coach. Cintron Espada been like, okay, Cintron, go. I don't think that there would have been a fight. I don't think there would have been this back and forth. And that kind of disappoints me. Like, I really thought that Espada was like that guy, but
From everything I've
apparently
seen
he's
from
not.
Joe Espada, that interaction would have been like, "Can you throw me out, please?" I'm like covering my mouth so no one can see it because I don't think Joe would want anybody to read his lips and be
Yeah,
like, "Just please, just throw me out. Please throw me out.
yeah,
I'll go. I'll go." And
yeah.
I
It would have been that ejection. We've already had one of those.
and I'm like, that's the last thing as a manager for the Houston Astros, knowing that you're the heel. Because I do feel like some umpires feel some kind of way. I don't know why. It shouldn't be that way. But there are some calls that I think that they make. I think there was one time where the dude was like, I think it was a balk, where basically it was like, Joe, don't even come out here. And Joe wanted like clarification on a balk call. I can't remember what game it was. It was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And it was a younger umpire, and he called a balk, and he basically told Joe, don't even come out here. Get your ass in the dugout. And I'm like, Joe, I need you to go light that dude up. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to ask you why you did something? Passion, I need fire. I need embrace the heel.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting season, people. It's going to be an interesting season. Let's see. We go into, like I said, we're headed to Cali for the Oakland series. We talked a lot about the Oakland guys a couple of episodes ago because we just saw them. But you may be a little bit more familiar with Mason Miller now and Lucas Ursig. It essentially, if the game gets to Mason Miller, it's done. And thank Jesus that Mason Miller pitched 2 innings and then was not able to pitch anymore, because then we would not have swept the Oakland A's had he been in any longer, because his shit is dirty. Literally so filthy. He dotted up Jose Altuve with like 2 fastballs, 103, 104 miles an hour, literally like 103 and 104, and then ended the at bat with an 86 mile an hour slider, dotted. Just pulled the string on him. It was gross.
Was gross.
It was. It was so gross. It's magical watching him pitch. And who do you think is going to? I'm sorry, Athletics fans, if you're listening, cover your ears. I apologize. I'm about to hurt your feelings. Who do you think they're going to trade Mason Miller to?
The Yankees fans are already like calling for it. But to be honest with you, the one team that I will absolutely absolutely hate to see Mason Miller on is the Dodgers.
Okay. All right. Maybe. I think he's going to end up a Baltimore Oriole.
I would love that for them. I'd hate it for
I
me,
think.
for Astros fans. But if he becomes a Baltimore Oriole, forget it. Just go ahead and start carving their name on the damn trophy.
I think he's going to become a Baltimore Oriole. And
He's got a nickname, and I can't remember what it was.
Now, are you talking about Dallas Braden's nickname for him, or are you talking about the other one, the Carey, like the Carey kids nickname? Because they're 2 different ones.
What does Dallas Braden call him?
Dallas Braden calls him the Soul Snatcher.
Oh, no, it's not that one. It's something else. I thought it was the Reaper. Yes. I was like, it's so good because he shows up. You're done. It's not negotiable. And he's so good. And I'm so glad he's on my fantasy team. But I need the Astros to be nowhere near in a ball game with Oakland because Mason Miller is probably the most electric closer in baseball right now. And I don't even think that's
absolutely.
I don't even think it's hot take.
Nope. 1000%, especially since Edwin Diaz has fallen off. And I feel really bad about Edwin Diaz. But actually, both Diaz brothers have fallen off for the Reds. What's Edwin and why am I blanking on the Reds closer Diaz? That's bugging me. But anyways, they're both. And Yuan Duran's velo is off as well. Closer for the Twins, people. Closer for the Twins. Sorry, that just popped into my brain. But yeah, no, Mason Miller is absolutely filthy, and I can't wait to watch him on the Baltimore Orioles closing out games for them so that Craig Kimbrell does not have to. Like, we call that at the beginning of the fucking season, though. Like, at no point in time should Craig Kimbrell be closing games for you. Like,
the real interesting thing is, okay, so what blue chip prospect goes the other way? Like, they have a ton of them, so who do they give up?
They have a ton of them. They're not going to miss them. There's literally guys down there that would immediately shoot to the top of like Athletics farm systems, not even farm systems, like insert player here.
Yeah, to their major league roster.
MLB ready players.
Jackson Holiday.
No, they're not. They're not going to trade away Jackson Holiday. Like Heston Kjerstad is still like toiling away in
Colton
AAA, and
Cowser.
no, Colton Cowser's on their whatchamacallit team
I'm
and
just
is
saying
doing things.
you're gonna have to give up somebody good for Mason Miller. Like it's not gonna be a
No,
oh
well, Kobe,
we'll give you our fifth best prospect. No, no,
no,
that guy's
Kobe Mayo just hurt himself. I think he has like a rib fracture or rib something with his ribs. But Kobe Mayo is like one of their really high ranked prospects. Honestly, though, I think it's pitching. I think they need pitching, like starting pitching. So if they go the starting pitching route, then you would be probably correct, and it would be the Dodgers or really the Yankees because both of those teams have really good pitching prospects.
the
If you, oh sorry, go ahead.
I think the Orioles just lost a pitcher too, or something with forearm discomfort. I just saw it today, so they're probably hurting for starting pitching too.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that. So if you guys have thoughts on who you think the Oriole or who the Athletics are going to trade Mason Miller to, drop that in the comments. Send it to us in a DM on Twitter or on Instagram. We would love that. We love talking to our listeners and viewers. That makes our day, especially when I don't have to interact with you face to face and you don't get to see my awkwardness in real time. Let's see.
Find her in
Other
public, people. She loves that.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that. I think that's it. I think that's it. If you are interested in athletics players, go find that in 2 episodes ago when we talked about the Astros, like right before we faced them. Go find that. I think we broke down like Rooker, Zach Geloff, Estuary Ruiz, Estuary Ruiz, fast guys, Estuary. Brent Rooker's got a lot of power. Zach Geloff, very fast.
Mason Miller's under club control until 2029.
Oh my god. Okay, so it's gonna take like multiple prospects. Oh, Abraham Toro. Where the fuck is Toro? He's on the A's, guys. He's on the A's. Ooh, fun fact, we just gave the A's Brandon Belak. So I will not be surprised when Brandon Belak
Shuddy.
pulls up and is like throwing a no-hitter against us. Probably not, but maybe. Honestly, though, he probably will be starting one of these games for the A's when we see him. So don't be surprised when you see Brandon Belak pull up in the green and gold. I think that's it. I think that's it. With that, we are going to wrap it up. Tom, where can they find you on the interwebs?
At Third Coast Tom on Twitter, at TC Tom1 on Instagram, and on the PSF app. We cover a game periodically. I don't know when our next one is, but
I think our next one is Sunday.
It is the best game to watch when you are not at the ballpark watching it with us. Susie is all of the things that Susie is, and I try to compliment that. And it's a good time. Promise you, you're gonna have a good time. Sometimes we drink, sometimes the Astros make us drink, sometimes we're just enjoying the Astros doing Astro things. So if you are trying to watch a game, not going to the game, want to be able to connect with other like-minded fans, Astros or otherwise, I don't know why you'd be here if you were otherwise. Hopefully you're here for Astros content. We would tell you to come check us out on the PSF app. They have just started a new service where you can do peer-to-peer contests, where you can put a little jack on that breakfast. You can talk about a little extra something. And it's a lot of fun. You pick a player or you pick a stat, pick 2 players. I think my player is going to do more. You think your player is going to do more. And a little contest, a little friendly wagering. So that's a new thing that's just started. So definitely come check us out.
That will be fun to figure out live because we have the game on Sunday on the PSF app, and it's Lucra is the company that we have partnered with for that, and it will be my first time doing any of that. It will be fun figuring that out, and I don't know, watch me take all of Tom's money because that's fun. So with that, we are going to wrap it up. Again, if you have not already subscribed to the Bourbon and Baseball YouTube, please hit the big red button. Tell all your friends about the Bourbon and Baseball Astros edition, All the Balls edition, either one, both. We would love that. Leave a 5-star rating. Give us all of the nice words via review. We would love that. Helps the algorithm. So with that, we are going to wrap it up and say, yay, baseball.